Hello everyone and welcome back to Triple Plus. Make sure that you switch to an inside edge because things are about to get a little spicy today. Guys, I am super excited for this episode. Just wanted to say, don't take this one too seriously. It's kind of like halfway a joke a little bit, but right now what I'm going to be doing is predicting the podium at every single Grand Prix event for the ladies. So I have the ISU Grand Prix figure skating, whatever it is called, assignments. I just forgot that word. The Grand Prix assignments for the 2019-2020 season, and we're going to start with Skate America. So I'm just going to be listing out right now the skaters that I think could have a pretty serious shot at the podium, and we're going to go through this systematically. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm actually going to make this partway a competition. If you guys would like to do it too, that's totally fine, but there's no pressure. Of course, you don't have to. So what I'm going to do is I will name the podium that I think what's going to happen. If there's a skater that I have named on the podium, regardless if I put them in the right spot, if they're there, then I will give myself 1 point. If I put them in the correct position, i.e. first, second, or third, then I will give myself 3 points. And then if I get the entire podium correct, I will give myself 5 points. And then maybe we can see at the end of the season, the Grand Prix season, who has the most points. That would be kind of exciting. But if you guys want to do this, it's just something that's a little bit fun. And let's just get into this. For our first event, we have Skate America in Las Vegas, Nevada. I wish I could know. It actually is Nevada and not Nevada, for those of you who are not Americans. If you are from Nevada, then you know that it is Nevada. So it is in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have Wakaba Higuchi, Kaori Sakamoto, and Mako Yamashita from Japan. It's going to be an interesting lineup. We have Elizabeth Shcherbakova, who is, of course, our world silver medalist, Eunsoo Lim from Korea, Shcherbakova in her senior debut very early in the season, Elizaveta Tuktamisheva, Karen Chen, and Bradie Tennell, and then a USA TBD. Let's see here. I am thinking, for just weeding these out, I'm thinking number one spots or people who have a really good shot at the podium. I think Kaori Sakamoto has absolutely come into her own. Her last season was phenomenal. Her choreography and everything has just really started clicking, especially I'm thinking of her free skate. Was really a standout program. Elizabeth Tursunbayeva, like I said previously, world silver medalist. I'm intrigued to see how she'll do next season because she does have the momentum riding on her. But if I remember correctly, I feel like she didn't really flourish on the competition stage until later on. Like, I remember first being impressed by her results, seriously, at Four Continents, which, as you all know, is pretty late in the season. So I don't know if she will follow in a similar pattern and, like, truly come into her own until later in the season, so it's something to think about. I think Lisa has her triple axel, of course, which is something that we shouldn't pass up. And Anna, she still has the kind of classic Atari techniques and program styles going for her. At least they seem to be working for her now. And then we can't discount Bradie. She, as Mishan said, she's a hard worker. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And it will be home field. Who knows if it's a home field advantage, but that's something to keep in mind as well. I think for me, I will put... Oh, this is harder than I thought it would be. Oh, and Wakaba Higuchi. How could I ignore Wakaba Higuchi? This is tough. Okay. I am going to put in third place Shcherbakova. I feel like judges are not going to be super keen on giving her senior level PCS, especially in the first Grand Prix event, in her first senior competition, well, like big competition. I feel like the judges aren't going to be extraordinarily apt to be granting her really high PCS, and that's going to put her at a disadvantage compared to these other skaters. In second place, let's go with... Oh, man. Let's go with Lisa. I'm going to go with Elizaveta Tuktamisheva for second place. I think that she has an advantage of her triple axel, even if she can't quite hit it. She still will get those points, assuming that she doesn't fall. And so that's something to keep in mind. And then, of course, I don't remember... Has she announced her program yet? I feel like she hasn't. Lisa has a really kind of sassy and vivacious personality, so I think that even if her programs are new to her, she'll be able to really channel that, assuming her programs are going to be in a similar vein in which they were last season, which they turned out to be pretty successful. I'm going to go with her in second place, and I'm going to go Kaori Sakamoto for first place. But I think that Kaori she's just really, her skating skills and interpretation have improved so much just over the past 2 seasons, and her jumps are getting better and better. She still has some issues on her lutz, but I don't know if that's going to keep her from missing out on at least the podium. I have really high hopes for Kaori. This is really tough because I left off Elizabeth, Bradie, and Wakaba. The reason I left off all of them, we'll start with Wakaba. The reason I left off Wakaba is because I think that she hasn't been training full force because she was injured during the season, and I don't know if she'll quite be ready, especially because this is such a deep field. I left off Elizabeth because, like I said previously, I think she probably will need to build up a little bit momentum. Maybe. We'll see. And Bradie is just the epitome of fine. Like, her jumps are fine. Her interpretation is fine, but none of it's really exceptional, I feel like. So I think that she was trying to push her technical acumen where she was doing Lutz Loop, and then she dropped that because it was not going super well for her. Just things that I feel like she's not quite at that level yet. Who knows? Bradie Tennell could prove me wrong, and if she does, sister, go for it. More power to you. But yeah, oh my goodness. I have just talked for over 5 minutes, just about one event. Alright, Skate Canada. This is going to be an absolutely insane competition. Some people to keep in mind, we have Gabby Daleman of Canada, Rika, Kihira, Mihara of Japan, Elam Kim from Korea, Youngyu from Korea, Evgenia Medvedeva, and Trusova, who are paired up together, and Alexia Paganini and Bradie Tennell again. Bradie is doing back-to-back Grand Prix. Woo! More power to you, girl, like I said. For podium contenders, I'm thinking Rika and Mai, definitely. Evgenia and Trusova. Those are the 4 that are popping out to me right now. The Korean ladies could maybe come in clutch just a little bit, but I'm really thinking these 4. Rika, Mai, Evgenia, and Trusova. Trusova has the tech. We all know this, and it's a very serious advantage. Trusova has a very solid quad toe and a less than solid quad lutz, which she still can hit when it comes to it. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. She will absolutely have a technical advantage that is leaps and bounds above the other ladies in this competition, except for Rika Kihira. We saw that video of her free skate where she was doing quad sal, triple axel, and saying that she was going to do triple axel in the second half. Really nice triple lutz in that little clip that we were able to see. I think that we need to keep in mind, while Trusova does have really strong tech, Rika is kind of edging up on her, and Trusova does not have the triple axel. Because ladies are not able to do quads in the short program, then I think that that's something to keep in mind, that Rika, if she hits her triple axel, she will likely have the advantage. However, another thing to keep in mind was that I feel like Rika really came into her own at the Grand Prix final and peaked at the Grand Prix final. I don't want to say peaked because it sounds like she didn't perform well otherwise at other competitions, which is not true. But everything kind of came together for her except for that one fall on the triple axel in her free skate at the Grand Prix final. So at her earlier competitions, she was successful. I think that it seemed as though she was popping a little bit more later in the season. But this bodes well for her because this is her first event. So I feel as though while she may not hit every triple axel, I feel like she'll probably hit at least one, which will likely give her a 4-point or more advantage just right off the bat, hitting that. There's Rika to keep in mind for sure, and then, of course, there's Evgenia Medvedeva, and Rika is benefiting from their kind of senior inflation. She is getting 9s oftentimes, and I feel like Sasha's getting 8s, probably. 8s, 7s. So there's also that to keep in mind. So with that in mind, this is hard, because I don't know if judges will try to push Trusova because she's, quote-unquote, advancing the sport, which I believe in. That sounds sarcastic. But Rika's doing that as well with her triple axel, and we saw that she was richly rewarded for that. So I wonder if they'll go for triple axel and quads or just quads. I feel like they'll go for triple axel and quads. Also, I feel like Rika has better interpretation of performance. One of the things that I almost feel bad for Trusova is that she has kind of built up this persona for herself through her coaching team and really her own personality, is that she's kind of this like tough, bold, warrior, fierce skater girl, which is kind of fun and quirky and unique in a world of ice princesses, but I almost feel disappointed for her because I really don't want her to be boxed into this persona. I think it's fine when she's younger, you know, skating to Kill Bill and The Fifth Element and all her kind of wacky free skate last year, and then now she's doing Game of Thrones, has been the only one that's been released so far, which is totally fine, but I hope that this doesn't just become the running narrative for Sasha for the rest of her career. If she's going to be this tough, bold warrior girl, when things change and she matures as a skater, it'll be difficult to incorporate that into her new programs. I'm going to put Rika as number 1 and Sasha as number 2, and that leaves me between Evgenia and my Mihara right now is kind of what I'm thinking. I think Evgenia's jumps from what we've seen at the shows that she's been doing up to this date, which is like mid to late June, have been pretty okay. Her triple flip hasn't been incredible. Her triple lutz is pretty consistent. Of course, it doesn't have the correct edge, but I mean, like, it's a solid jump. Besides that, I mean, it's an obvious error. That sounds like solid jump, sounds like I'm excusing it, but haha, you know what YouTube channel this is. I feel like they'll go for Evgenia, just because Evgenia kind of has her more contemporary short program, and how she'll have a more classical, as you know, like more traditional Evgenia soundtracky long program, which is where she excels, I believe. I think that they'll go for Evgenia. Evgenia has a PCS buffer that lasted all of last season when she was in her really tough transitional phase. So I think now that she's become more comfortable and is adjusting to her new technique and is becoming more consistent, I think that that PCS buffer will remain, if not even grow, because judges, you know, won't really have an excuse anymore. International de France, I don't know if I said that correctly, I probably did not, I am not French. So the major players that I'm seeing right here, we have Wakaba Higuchi, Kaori Sakamoto again, Elena Kostoronaia and Alina Zagitova, and I'll count Mariah Bell in there too. Why the heck not? Obviously, I think our top 3 contenders right here are Kaori, Elena Kostoronaia, and Alina Zagitova. I saw someone say online, which I thought was really interesting, the way that they've kind of paired up the 3A, is that they paired Evgenia with the one who has the most consistent quads and has the highest tech, who is arguably the strongest out of the 3 of them if we're just talking about technical, and that they paired up Alina with the one that Alina could most likely beat just strictly given their technical equality, if that makes sense, given that Elena does not have triple axel or quads. I thought that was super interesting because, I don't know, I feel like there's a kind of a narrative in figure skating about the Russian Federation is out there to get such and such. And I don't know if that's entirely true, but that kind of plays into the narrative a little bit, and if not, it's just kind of an interesting theory. But, to go off track a little bit, so Kaori, Elena, and Alina. Now, I was talking last time about how I don't think Trusova will get incredible PCS for her first senior debut. However, I think Alena is really an exceptional skater, as this has been said 1,000 times before, but her performance quality is really something else. She's far, far beyond many other skaters her age when it comes to maturity, and the only thing is that I don't know if she'll be able to fully express that, because her Twilight program is a little campy, not gonna lie. I really wish that they'd given her something, even a warhorse. I know, I said it, even a warhorse, just something that she could really show off her interpreting prowess. A little bit disappointing. With that in mind, I think Alina... The thing about Alina is she's kind of a tough nut to crack a little bit because of her technique that's been changing a lot over the last season. If you just look at from the Olympics to now, her jumps have gotten very different. You kind of saw how she really lost her lutz loop. I don't want to say lost because she was still hitting it, but it was under-rotated quite often and then sometimes not executed well. So she really struggled with her lutz loop, which was her money jump, and then she kind of got it back, but it's kind of been a little suspect. You saw how her lutz edge, because Alina did have a true lutz, and that's something that I want people to know, that she did. I should make a video about that. Alina really did have a true lutz, and I think that a lot of people, it's really easy to jump on her and say, oh, she never really had a true lutz, just like all the Atiri girls, which A, is a stereotype, and B, is not true, but her lutz has definitely been changing to a flatter edge, which is disappointing because she actually did have a pretty deep edge, and it was a nice jump. We've seen that her technique is changing. We've seen that she's not really been able to up her technical acumen to the level of quads or triple axels, which is saying so much. Like, that's ridiculous that we're demanding these of the top skaters nowadays, but that's just skating now, and that's crazy. One of the things I think will be really nice about the International de France is that none of the skaters here are extraordinarily equipped with crazy tech. So I think that it might be a little more even when it comes to performance component scores. However, we do have one skater who has been basically universally showered with crazy high performance component scores. That would be Alina. And then one skater who has marvelous interpretation of performance who has really been underscored for a lot of time, and that is Kaori. So I wonder if maybe they'll balance each other out, rub off on each other maybe a little bit if the judges see their performances one after the other. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. However, I think that most likely it'll follow along with the same standard that Kaori will probably be underscored again when it comes to PCS, which is disappointing. She's such a great skater. I'm going to go Alina for the top. I think just because she has Worlds... Oh, I was started from the top. Oh, well, it's fine. Because I think she has her Worlds momentum going for her, and I think she will also have a PCS cushion like Evgenia. So I think she has that momentum building for her. Now, between Kaori and Elena. Ooh. I think I'm going to go Elena for second place. And I feel like just purely aesthetically, I think that Alena's jumps come off a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Now, who knows, because she was injured and she wasn't competing for a while, who knows if she's been able to keep up with the same consistency that she had her jumps previously, but I feel like she has that. She's Russian. She has the Itiri bonus that definitely exists. And so I think that I'm going to go Alina, Elena, and Kaori for this one. Next up, we have Cup of China, and some major people that we need to talk about here. We have Marin Honda, Mihara, and Satoko for Japan, Elizabeth Tursunbayeva, Sofia Samodurova, and Anna Shcherbakova, and Lisa Tutumisheva. So this is going to be a very interesting competition. The ones that are sticking out to me right now are Maya and Satoko, Elizabeth, Anna Shcherbakova, and Lisa. Oh man, 5. How are we going to narrow this down? I think I will narrow it down. I'm going to cut Mai. Sorry, Mai. I'm so sorry. So we have Satoko, Tursunbayeva, Shcherbakova, and Tutumisheva. Again, keeping in mind technical, Lisa with her triple axels, and Elizabeth with her quad sal, assuming that she's going to keep it for next year. Satoko said that crazy thing about that she's going to put a triple axel in her program even though she can't land it. Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's just a recipe for a fall. Nothing against Satoko, but her jumps are not known for their height and distance. And that's the thing, because Satoko's jumps are so small, and she's such a fast rotator, I think that just for GOE, if judges were going by the bullets, I'm pretty sure height and distance is one of the bullets that you need to get above +3. So I feel like Satoko will get kind of a low GOE for her jumps. And of course we know that the judges don't care about the 6 bullets at all. But that's just something to keep in mind, is that her jumps aesthetically, like we were talking about with Kostoronaia, Satoko's jumps just aesthetically are a little smaller. So I feel like judges will not be so keen to shower her with awesome GOE. And because she doesn't have that technical advantage, it'll be really tough for her. I think that I'm going to narrow it down to Tursunbayeva, Samodurova, and Tutumisheva. This is all of their second competitions, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my goodness, they all compete against each other at Skate America and Cup of China. Interesting. So I literally don't remember what I predicted already. I'm going to have to write these down later. So I think I'm going to go... Lisa gradually improved as the season went on. And she has a technical bonus. Shcherbakova has her consistency. I mean, somewhat. We remember Grand Prix final. That was so sad. Oh my goodness. Then we have Elizabeth with her quad sal. I'm going to go Elizabeth for number 1, Tursunbayeva for number 2, and Shcherbakova for number 3. Okay, Rostelecom Cup. This is one of the easier ones, I think. Satoko, Evgenia, Trusova. I feel like that's going to be the podium, probably, just looking at these competitors. Let's see. So we have Evgenia and Trusova. I think just looking at the field right now, I think that because of her tech, Trusova will probably win Rostelecom. It's held in Russia, so she's going to have a lot of fans there. I think that'll be a good event for her. I think that'll be an encouraging event. And same for Evgenia, too. Just like when she was at Russian Nationals and everyone really came out and supported her, that was a very sweet moment. Made me proud to be a skating fan. But I think that Trusova, just because of her tech, will probably win this one because Evgenia and Satoko are just kind of doing same old when it comes to lady stuff. You know, triple triples, all triples throughout, besides the double axel, of course. I think it'll go Trusova, Evgenia, and Satoko. Okay. And our last event is the Nhk Trophy. We have Rika, Kihira. I'll be interested to see who the TBD is from Japan, but for now we'll just go with who we have. Rika, Kostoronaia, Zagitova. There are some American skaters that'll be there, like Chen, but honestly, I'm not getting my hopes too far. Oh, Eunsoo's gonna be there. I think for the podium, definitely Rika, definitely Alina, and Kostoronaia. Rika has her tech bonus, which neither Alina nor Elena have. And I think that Rika will be number 1 for this. Then we have Alina versus Elena. I kind of want to be a little spicy and put Alina, or sorry, not Alina, Aliona, Kostoronaia, above Alina. Should I do that just for kicks? I think I'm going to do it just for kicks. Alright, now I have to justify it. You know what? Let's just do it. We're going to go Rika, Alena Kostoronaia, and Alina Zagitova in 3rd. I don't really know why I'm putting it like this way. It might just be kind of my gut feeling, and that's how we're going to go. Super excited about that. I'm probably going to tally it up and see who my predicted podiums are. If you want to put down your podiums, you can just do one event. You can do as many as you want. Please let me know in the comments. I'm super intrigued to see who you guys think are going to do well. If I said anything that's egregiously wrong, hit me up in the comments, guys. I'm so interested to see what you guys think, what your interpretations are about skating, and who you think is going to be on the podium. Is there anyone who you think is going to absolutely storm out of the woodwork and just destroy everyone? Is there going to be someone new bursting onto the scene? Do you have any predictions for this upcoming season at these Grand Prix assignments? Another caveat, Grand Prix assignments change all the time. People withdraw, new people join in, people get injured. So this is just with the most up-to-date information I have, and if there are changes in that sort of thing, then we'll just roll with it. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I really appreciated this. I really like these kind of more fun, lighthearted videos. It's super fun to get to do with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on Grand Prix assignments. So, see you next time. Bye!